Everything is evolving. If you set up a system for checking in with each other, maybe the system is the same, but the ones who are part of this system are changing.
And the environment and the ground is always shifting.
The environment is changing. So why the system should not change if everything else is changing, right? There is this word to call it decay of the system. I like more to frame it as unfittingness. The system was perfectly beautiful for fitting a situation for which was designed for, and even after 2-3 months, maybe it's already time to think and let it evolve, because everything else is evolving. So I learned this, that everything is evolving and systems are not eternal. They need space and time to really learn from them and move on to something else.
This is like a hidden thing, because people don't realize that they create a system and they sort of try to stick to it. But even this idea to change or to understand that it needs to be changed and it's natural to change is a kind of, perhaps system is not the right word, but it is a kind of meta thing.
Can be ritual, can be,
How do you know when?
Right, that's very interesting. I see that when something needed change is when it became a bit heavier to do. It's feeling like, oh no, I need to do that. That's already for me a first sign. It's not the only one, but if I would see this repeatedly, maybe that's the time to think about something else. It doesn't have to be heavy. It's a conditioning that things need to be heavy. It doesn't have to, when it's designed in a way that is intentionally creating times also for example, celebrating, time for asking for support. Maybe one person is not enough for that. For me, that's just one thing. Another thing is when it became unsustainable. Maybe the resources shift around it, and then it's something that would make sense if there are enough resources, enough energy, enough hands, enough people that can follow up with it.
Yeah.
But then it gets concentrated maybe in the hands of 2 people or maybe 3 people. That's already for me unsustainable. The last thing, if it simply doesn't do what it was supposed to do, let's say a system for having food ready, if the food is not ready, if you enter in the kitchen, there is no food, there's clearly a moment to, it needs it doesn't always make sense to push for having that system working. Maybe it's not functional anymore. Maybe instead of cooking lunch together, it's a different system. Maybe it's cooking a very big meal that lasts 2 days and remixing it. It can be so many ways. That's for me a clear sign that let's learn from what we created, let's integrate it, let's celebrate it, let's send our love to all the ones who took part of it. Let's maybe call them and ask them, and let's birth something new that would accompany us. This takes time. I know that's the thing, take time, but it saves so much time if you want to see it in time, in time metrics.